Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Waseem here from Handsome Smiles. Thank you for joining me on this fragrance review. Today I'm doing a review of a fragrance from the house of Frederic Malle. The fragrance I'm reviewing today is Portrait of a Lady. This is a 5ml decant. Prior to this I had a 2ml decant, and I just want to say a massive thank you to one of my subscribers and a friend through the Facebook fragrance groups, and he goes by the name of Missan. Missan, if you're watching, a massive thank you for your generosity and thank you for introducing me to this scent. So moving on, Frederic Malle's Portrait of a Lady was released in the year 2010, and the nose behind this fragrance is Dominique Ropion. Dominique Ropion is a very highly respected parfumer. He's been behind many classics, to name a few. On the designer side, he's been behind L'Homme and L'Ami de L'Homme from the house of YSL, and in terms of niche, he's been behind Carnal Flower, also from the house of Frederic Malle. Now, the house of Frederic Malle, to give you a bit of a background, it originates in Paris, and what Frederic Malle did is he hired 9 of the best perfumers in the world, and he gave them complete creative control and no constraints in terms of budget. So they were allowed to use the highest quality of ingredients, the best production and manufacturing techniques, and they were given complete creative control. They weren't constrained by any commercial needs at all. And in the end, what resulted was a collection of really artistic fragrances, and it's a house which I really want to explore even further. Another great thing about Frederic Malle is that if you've ever seen their bottle presentations, they actually have the name of the perfumer on the bottle. So in this case, for Portrait of a Lady, they had the name of Dominique Ropion on the label, and for Musk they had the name of Maurice Roussel on the label as well. And that's quite unique for fragrances. A lot of fragrance companies, I think nearly all fragrance companies apart from Frederic Malle, just have the name of the house and they have the name of the fragrance, and there's just no credit given to the perfumer at all. But Frederic Malle really goes against the ideal of fragrance marketing, and it has the name of the perfumer there, giving it the credit that she or he deserves, and for me that is absolutely fantastic. So moving on, let's talk about the notes of Portrait of a Lady. At the top, you're going to get cloves, cinnamon, rose, blackcurrant and raspberry. The heart of the fragrance is sandalwood, patchouli and incense, and the base of the fragrance is musk, amber and benzoin. So those were the notes, but what do I get on my skin from Portrait of a Lady? Now, when I first sprayed this fragrance on, it really surprised me. I was expecting a blast of rose. You get this blast of rose in a lot of rose fragrances out there. Fragrances such as Noir de Noir, Lyric Man for Amouage, you get a blast of rose as soon as you spray them, and the rose comes across really strong, quite feminine, but after a while you get notes such as patchouli or oud, which help to calm the rose down. But it wasn't the case with the Portrait of a Lady at all. What I really got from the initial blast was a huge amount of smoke and spiciness. The spiciness coming from this very bitter clove note, and the smokiness coming from that incense note. And I really get this smoke and spiciness for the first 20 minutes. I don't get any other notes during this stage, and especially don't get the rose note. After the first 20 minutes or so, the other notes start coming into the composition, such as the rose, the raspberry and the sandalwood, and at this stage the smoke really disappears on my skin and the clove becomes quite subtle. It's definitely there, but it's a lot lighter than it is in the initial opening. During the heart, the rose becomes the most predominant note, along with the raspberry. The raspberry really gives it this beautiful smooth creaminess, and the sandalwood also adds to that creaminess with a touch of powderiness as well. As the scent develops into the dry down, the sandalwood becomes really light, along with the clove. The clove is quite hard to find. If you really concentrate, you can pick up the clove, but at this stage it's very subtle. It's really in the dry down about the rose and the raspberry. The raspberry, like I've said, it just gives it this beautiful sweetness, this creaminess and sort of milkiness to this rose. It's such a lush, beautiful rose scent. And the note of raspberry really is unique for me in terms of rose fragrances. It really helps to distinguish this from the other countless rose fragrances out there. The smooth, the creaminess of this rose scent and the slight milkiness that I get from this rose fragrance kind of reminds me of this rose-based milkshake my mum makes, and the rose-based milkshake is called a faluda. A faluda is basically a milk-based rose milkshake, which is made by rose syrup, and in there you add ice cream and you add some other seeds in it. I don't know what it's called in English, but in Gujarati these seeds are called tukmuria, and you just have this beautiful, really sweet rose-based milkshake, which is absolutely fantastic. And when I was wearing this, it really reminded me of a faluda, so you could say this is like a gourmand for me. A faluda is a drink that my mum really makes in Ramadan. For you guys that don't know what Ramadan is, it's a very special and holy month for Muslims. It's a month where we don't eat or drink anything during the daylight hours, and we only eat during the night time. And when we're about to break our fast for the night time, when we're about to have our feast, my mum serves a date to break our fast and serves a drink, the faluda. These really sweet drink and the really sweet fruit of the date really help to give you the energy and the cravings that you have when you've fasted all day, have not ate anything or drank anything. And when I wore this and it was reminded me of faluda, it was just bringing back great memories of spending time in Ramadan eating with my family. So it just, Portrait of a Lady just conjured up absolutely fantastic scent memories for myself. Moving on, in terms of performance, Frederic Malle didn't disappoint at all. It was absolutely fantastic. In terms of longevity, this lasted on my skin 10 to 12 hours, which is brilliant. It's going to last the entire night, guys. In terms of projection, this one was fantastic again. It really was excellent. It really pushes out there, and in terms of sillage, it was excellent as well. When you walk past, people are going to smell you. I wore this Portrait of a Lady on a night out when it was my mate's birthday, my friend's birthday. We were going out for a meal and we were driving in my car to Manchester, and on the way to Manchester there was a toll, and at the toll I was going to pay, so I put my window down, and the toll worker who was quite far away from me, as soon as I put my window down, she was like, "Wow, you guys smell amazing." And I'm pretty sure my friends weren't wearing anything, so she was definitely commenting about Portrait of a Lady, and it was a positive comment in terms of scent and definitely positive in terms of projection. So in terms of projection, it is fantastic. In terms of scent, this fragrance is fantastic. Let's talk about occasion and season. In terms of seasons, I would wear this during the cold months. Definitely great for fall and winter, and for me, I think this is best suited to nighttime. In terms of occasions, brilliant for formal. Definitely when you dressed your best, this one really would work. And in terms of occasions, again, I think this would be a perfect scent for romantic dinners, especially for those upscale formal dinner dates. Say it's your partner's birthday or it's your partner's anniversary, and you're going to be taking them out to a really special, really upscale, lovely restaurant, and you're going to be dressed your best, then this is going to be a perfect complement to your dress or your attire. So Portrait of a Lady will be fantastic for formal dates. So if I was to give this a final rating, guys, I'm going to give it a perfect score of 5 out of 5. In terms of scent, this is just a beautiful rose-based scent. It's so unique. The note of raspberry just makes it, just distinguishes it from the hundreds of rose fragrances out there. It's absolutely beautiful. In terms of performance, it's fantastic, and the amazing scent memories I get as well. So for me, I just can't fault this fragrance at all. I'm gonna give it a perfect score of 5 out of 5. So guys, that was my review of Portrait of a Lady. If you've enjoyed this review, then please do leave me a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. Until next time, my friends, see you later.